Let's talk to Dante.
Yo, what up? Oh, you got headphones on. But no mic. Uh-oh. Your mic on mute.
He's got such a great headset and it doesn't work.
Your mic on mute.
Oh, muted.
Oh, okay, there we go. See, I got worried.
Got chosen. Oh, that's awesome.
Yo.
Hey, first of all, I wanted to say thanks, guys, for representing San Diego.
Oh, hell yeah.
Thank you.
I'm up here in Seattle, but I'm proud that you guys ripping SD.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
And I noticed you guys had those really cool swords.
Fuck yeah, mine's a shotgun. It just looks like a sword. But thank you.
My cousin had one of those, and then
Hell yeah.
I had
Is your cousin 6 years old?
No, he's like 25
Okay.
now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So I have a really boring desk job, so I have a lot of time to think.
Hell yeah.
I was just wondering, like, well, I had like bad childhood memories come back to me today for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys have any bad childhood memories that maybe you have buried?
Are we talking about like real shit or like awkward school stories?
Like stupid stuff, like for example.
I got swelled.
I didn't know
Today,
you were saying, yeah, I was like,
what?
What do you want me to say?
So like today, I had a bad memory of like when I was playing The Lion King on Game Gear.
Oh hell yeah, those are great.
I got to like the last level. I was battling Scar, and my sister took it away from me, and she basically screwed it up, lost all my lives, game over.
Fuck.
Yeah, I was livid. So like,
what'd you
guys
do?
have anything like
How'd
that?
you retaliate?
I don't know. I don't remember, but I've never beaten the game to this day.
Oh fuck. My friend has the best story. Something like that happened. He was playing. I think it was like Rainbow Six, the original like Rainbow Six on Xbox or something. He was playing some Xbox game, and his sister turned it off. Like he was in the middle of a level because they had to go get dinner or something. And then later that night, when his sister wasn't looking or whatever, he took her Sims PC CD, scratched it against a wall, and completely fucked it up. So yeah, that's my favorite story of something like that happening.
For me, I think every time I think of Sonic or I see Sonic, I still think of when I threw a shoe at our big screen TV when I was a little kid. I was so pissed I kept dying in Sonic and Knuckles that I took off my sandal and threw it so hard at my parents' big screen TV, and they were like, "Well, that's it. You're not playing video games again for a month."
I have a story.
Like, no.
I have a story just like that. It just reminded me of it. I feel so shitty. When I was a kid, my dad would take me to Blockbuster all the time to like rent a game, whatever, because it was considerably cheaper.
Yeah.
And like there's two Power Rangers games for Super Nintendo. One was a beat 'em up that was kind of like Final Fight. I love that game.
Yeah.
And the other was just like a fighting game.
Yeah.
That was like Double Dragon, like the actual like competitive versus whatever. And so we went to Blockbuster. I got the game. I came back home, turned it on. It wasn't the Final Fight beat 'em up version. It was like the Street Fighter one. I was so mad, and I took the game and I threw it on the ground. And I was like crying to my dad, something like, "I got the wrong version. I want to go back." And my dad like, I felt so bad because like he took me to the store. We got this game, and I play a second of it, throw it on the ground without even trying to see if I like this new one. And I think like my dad like he like talked to me then, but I just felt so like I mean I was 5 years old, but just that snap instinct of like this game's stupid and throwing it. It's like, oh god, just acting so disrespectful. And then say 7 years later, whatever, when I was like 10 through 12 years old, they opened up a GameStop like 2 blocks away from me, and I regret this almost like every week when I think about it. I like sold so many games. Just like I would take in like 8 PlayStation games or whatever, so many random games just to buy one shitty game. And I think the biggest offender was I traded in like maybe 10 games to get Crazy Taxi on PS2, a game that has maybe like 5 hours of like complete playability, and then you're sick of it. And like, because like I would just trade all my games away, and then by the time like I started really getting into game collecting and like having much more respect for video games like maybe 5-6 years ago, I realized like I sold so many good classic games that are worth way more, and like so I just gave away so much of my shit to GameStop. And like since I was in college, like 18-19 years old, I vowed to never like sell a game again because I love video games so much and want to keep them instead of just giving them away.
Collect them,
But yeah, I think I sold Marvel vs. Capcom 2 for PlayStation 2, and that's like that's a rare title. So I probably got $5 at GameStop. I traded in WWF Attitude for 10 cents. I would much rather have a shitty wrestling game in my hand than a dime. But back then, it's like, all right, you know, you don't have a concept of money.
I agree with, I think it was Hypercharged Sam said in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
That era of GameCube and shit is when I traded in a ton of shit. I have everything before and after, but in that GameCube era, I don't have Mario Kart. I don't have, like, I didn't have, what, Wind Waker? I don't remember what, but there were so many titles during that era that I was broken. I just wanted, you know.
I think that's what it was, and that's when GameStop really started pushing all that shit was around early 2000. Because before that, you could only trade stuff in at like FuncoLand, but then GameStop, which started overtaking EB Games, it was everywhere, and they were very much starting to push pre-order this, you get extra credit, whatever. So yeah, I think everyone at that era, like PS2, Xbox, GameCube, just sold their stuff. They all did that to get the PS3, the 360, GameCube. So I sold my whole GameCube collection and GameCube to get like a Wii, which fucking sucks. Yeah, so I got rid of Smash Brothers Melee, which is worth like $40, but you know, it's still worth a lot on like all these GameCube games. And now that I have more income and like, a disposable income, I buy games all the time, and like I'm re-getting all these like classic games. And right now, if you look for GameCube games, like good ones, they're expensive now.
Yeah.
But I have this wisdom now about like, just preserving games, enjoying them. Right now is the perfect time to go into GameStop. I went maybe a few weeks ago on like a binge. I think I spent maybe like $60 and I got maybe 12 games.
Yeah.
For this last holiday, every kid got like a PS4, Xbox One. And so just like what I did when I was a dumb little kid, I would trade my PS3, they probably traded in their entire PS3 library, Xbox 360, entire Xbox 360 library. So now GameStop is flooded with last generation's games. You can get all these games for $5 a pop. So right after the holidays, I went to all these GameStop. I went to all the ones in my local area, and I just was getting all these rare good games I wanted to play for $5. I got Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball 2 for $4.
I love that game.
But like for $4, hell yeah. I got Lost Planet for $2. Like just all these games I want to play again, or even haven't even played. I got so many games for $5. Like Alan Wake for like $5. So yeah, if you right now is the time to go into GameStop, get all these games, because 3 years from now, GameStop will stop, accepting trade-ins for these, and then they'll start skyrocketing.
Yep.
So
yeah.
I
mean, I just find myself that I'm actually wanting to buy back games that I traded in years ago. Like I traded in Final Fantasy 3, Final Fantasy 12. I want to get those back. I actually just bought Final Fantasy 3 again.
Those are little things you can accumulate again, but I've said this before, and I will say it again. The dumbest thing you could do is sell a console.
Yeah.
Because if you had a console in the first place, you're a fan of video games. There will be something else you want to play on that thing later.
Yeah.
And if you got it in the first place. And if you buy that system again, you're an idiot. You have already bought it twice. I know I had a couple friends, I'm not going to name names, but I had a couple friends who would constantly, I got a 360, and then 2 weeks later, I sold the 360, no games. Why did you fucking buy it in the first place? I don't know, I just thought there'd be games. You gave it 2 weeks.
People would do that with the Xbox One PS4 generation. Yeah. I know people, I don't know personally, I think maybe I know one, but
I do.
On the internet all the time, even like on sites like NeoGAF, you see shit all the time where it's like, so I sold in my PS4 today so I can get Xbox One and Halo, baby. And it's like, the consoles have been out for 6 months. Like, fucking wait, you'll have shit for both.
The Wii U came out, and then two months later, I knew people, I'm selling my Wii U. I thought there'd be games. Cool, you gave it 60 days. You gave it 60 days.
I know someone who sold their 3DS like maybe 6 months after it came out. Yep. Just like, just wait.
Oh, that one, for me, was more than anybody. Yeah, I sold my 3DS. Why? Just no games. You put no faith into that.
Yes.
Why did you buy that in the first place? And then all those people bought one like a year ago. Oh, now there's a lot of games, so I bought it again. Cool, you bought a console 2 times.
Yeah.
You moron.
If you're young and watching this, I know we might sound crazy, but hold on to your games. They're special.
Hold on to them.
Especially if your parents bought them for you. They care for you. Hell yeah, I'm on NeoGAF. That's my shit.
Well, except the PS Vita, I sold that shit like a couple weeks ago.
Oh man, I think the Vita is going to go in the way of the Dreamcast in the sense like
Yep.
it's not really being supported right now. There's still a lot of games being released, all these small games. 2-3 years from now, when that dies, all these physical copies are going to be like $5 each, and then it's going to accumulate. It's going to be hard to find. The screen on that's great. All these PS4 indie games are coming out are all Vita compatible. I've been playing Ollie 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 nonstop the past week on my Vita that I got for $3. Vita at launch is nothing, but like because they've retooled how they're doing it with all these PS4 games being cross-compatible with the Vita, I think it's a cool thing to have if you have like extra money for it. I'm not gonna get rid of it.
Yeah, I got rid of it so I could buy the 3DS, and so far I've had way more fun with
the 3DS is
Yeah.
definitely the stronger.
But man,
now.
the Vita for me is my PlayStation library.
It's insane.
That's why I love it. It's all PS1 games, PS3 games,
also
Vita games.
What's great is the last generation, Microsoft and Sony were very hesitant to like slash prices on stuff, whereas like Steam every week shit's like 90% off. PlayStation, since I don't know a year ago, every weekend they have like a flash sale where games are like $3, so it's like you can accumulate stuff. And then Microsoft, they're still lagging behind, but eventually once a month they'll have like a gold sale. Like you can get Titanfall for $10. They're still really behind, but like they're finally catching up.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's all I had.
Hey, good talking video games.
Cool. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Yeah, man. You play them video games. You work that office desk job. You save up money. And then when you're feeling sad, go on eBay, buy a ton of games.
There you go.
That's the cure.
What that guy said is what I did. The guy saying 64 gig card for the Vita, that would get me to play it a lot more.
Oh, I imported one for
Me too.
I imported one. I think it was maybe like $100, whatever. But I did that, and now I have 1,000.
It was $100, but to order a 32 gig card in the US is like almost that.
80, yeah.
So I sold my 32 gig to somebody for cheaper, and only ended up having to pay like $20 for
my friend. I know a guy. My friend's friend operates like a Japanese importing site. I wish I could plug it, but yeah, I don't know. But if you just Google it. You can import these cards on any like site, but yeah, it's like $100 for 64 gigabyte as opposed to like I think it was like $70 for 32 gigs.
Yeah,
it's nuts.
Something like that.
But yeah, get that. And then if you have PlayStation Plus, that $100 gigabyte pays for itself because you're gonna get all these free games every month.
It's awesome.